There is no doubt that today the numbers of young people in our churches are dwindling. This is a catastrophe because without them there will be no church in the future. Research shows that the most common reasons people leave are the misplaced belief that Catholicism is incompatible with science, misconceptions about and disagreement with the teachings of the Church, and the behavior and hypocrisy of other Christians themselves. This uninviting behavior comes in many forms, but one of the most insidious is judgment. Parents all over the world have often used the fear of a higher power to coerce their children into behaving themselves, programming the idea of a judgmental and intolerant God into their children's psyches. As children grow, they often go through rebellious phases. These should be constructive times for young people. They could be attempting new ways of thinking and expressing themselves, which help keep our society from stagnating. Instead of embracing the youth's exciting differences and vigor, parents and often other older members of parishes stifle it. This is done by emphasizing and enforcing rules legalistically and small-mindedly. People allow their disgust at, unfortunately, socially encouraged youthful excess to dictate their interactions with the youth, instead of attempting gentle guidance tempered by forgiveness and understanding. As young people become more independent, they tend to shy away from the judgment and associated and often unfounded guilt. Can one blame them for coming to church less and less? This situation is aggravated by the lack of meaningful faith and spiritual education. Young people are often either bored out of their minds by well-meaning but dull and out-of-touch educators, or have a fiery zeal enkindled in them by passionate and charismatic youth leaders, which gutters as soon as they are no longer at a praise and worship camp. There is no depth to their understanding and experience. Parents especially contribute to this lack of understanding, as often they went to church as youths because it was the socially accepted thing to do or would make their parents happy, not because of a deep faith and understanding. Despite their faith having grown over the years, they cannot properly answer their children's questions and concerns. As an example, 31% of adult Catholics don't believe in evolution, despite scientific proof and papal acceptance of the theory. This sort of ignorance has led children and young adults to form mistaken assumptions about the Church, which are then reinforced by popular culture and their peers. When questioned by unbelieving friends, young people are embarrassed by church scandals. They are not only unaware of basic apologetics, but of the fundamental teachings of and reasons for their faith. Young people, especially after a traumatic or painful experience, often convince themselves that they never really believed anyway. In trying circumstances like these, it is easy to stop coming to church, to ultimately become an unbeliever, as faith trickles slowly through your mind and out of your heart.